I know next to nothing about Gilbert Marshall Irvine. I do know he published The Lion's Whelp, a novel of a medical student of Queen's University in Belfast, in 1910. He may have been a doctor, but I have yet to find any more information. In 1911 he seems to have self-published a collection of allegorical stories, In the Valley of Vision, which we shall be reviewing today. This collection is stated to have been compiled by a certain Dr. Samuel Biss, via means of telepathic communication, Irvine saying he is only editor of the material Biss gave him. I suspect the portrait of Biss at the front of the book may be in fact a portrait of Irvine himself, but I don't have proof of that either. The Middle Age is an allegorical story of a man, guided by a voice, to lead a contingent of horsemen to try and take a castle in the world of Middle Age, occupied by a band of brigands. However, a terrible cough is taking possession of him, such that it may give him away to his enemies and lead to his death. Also, he is naked. Then he is stabbed by Walter Scott, who is one of the marauders, who says he and others, once noble on earth, are doomed to be slaughtered by the heroes of a nobler time, who come every 9 years. The fort is then finally stormed by none other than Don Quixote, who had been defeated and cast outside the walls 8 times, rising again to do so on the 9th, due to the mystical properties of number 9, accompanied by his faithful Sancho, with Scott condemned to another 9 years' penance, because he was provoked to violence on the last day of his 9-year probation. Gravity and levity has the narrator sneezed so powerfully that he is lifted off of Earth and is careening towards the stars, coming down to a planet where the land is covered in eggs and the seas are made of milk. With the aid of a pair of eggs he manages to get down on the planet and not fly away, so he can try some milk, but it explodes out of his nostrils before he is shaken awake by his wife. Naked into the night has a misty man sitting next to the narrator before he examines his chest for some reason, though his spiritual self seems to linger even after the man is gone, though the narrator only sees him when he shuts his eyes. The narrator then finds himself outside and sees a great abyss that people seem to peer down into, with those who go inside throwing away their garments and revealing the nakedness of their character. With Khufu from Giza as the narrator being sent by a mystical force to converse with the corpse of Pharaoh Khufu and ask him to awaken to free Egypt from the white oppressor, the spirit of Khufu awakening and leaving his mummified body thanks to a passing comet. He removes the soul of the narrator from his body and takes him on a spirit journey to other worlds, such as one for the purification of the souls of medical doctors, who live sick in the midst of abundant wealth, or to a world where cheating builders argue with one another atop their tottering structures while giving orders to phantom workmen. Fogland Finance is a boring affair, an allegory on greed where shades of men search for trinkets in the fog, where even the ones who are stolen from applaud the thievery, rather than let it be called a wrong thing to do. The first story is somewhat interesting and the second is a fun diversion, but the others are just meandering moralizing.